Hi, I'm Shauntel Campbell, and I'm 35. I am a painter and a mural artist, and soon-to-be graphic designer, graduating in 2021. And I'm here to tell you about Shauntel. So I've been into art all my life, according to my parents, since I was 2 years old. And I've been through a lot. I took art classes, when I was about 9 or 10 for about 5 years. I went to high school and took AP art classes and took a break for a really long time. I was just tired of art for some reason. And then when I reached the age of 30, I decided to go to school for animation and illustration. They taught me a lot, and I actually changed my major to graphic design, which I soon will be graduating. And surprisingly, college teaches you how to do things, but they definitely encourage you to do them in your own style. So that's one thing that I feel that was taught to me in college, and I'm very grateful for college. And I highly recommend it. So I don't have a specific style. I love to paint, I love to draw, I love to design, I love to craft. I'm not super experienced in the digital world. I would love to be. I'm learning still in college, and I love painting realistic things. I love drawing portraits of people. I love designing tattoos. I actually know how to tattoo, I just know how to line. I love doing it all. I actually like to try to be like a jack of all trades if I can. I love to experience all kinds of art, and I'm always willing to learn more. I would love to know how to spray paint, like graffiti and stuff like that, even though I know it's illegal and considered vandalism, but I would love to learn. But yeah, I kind of don't really have a specific style. I just love all kinds of art. I cannot wait to graduate. I've been in college since 2015, and so I feel done. But I've just got 4 classes left. I'm taking college part-time, and I'm already looking for a career. I'm looking in the graphic design field, and I'm keeping my mural painting off to the side. Um, I am so stoked. It's gonna be great. I'm glad that I actually have a trade on my belt, and it's gonna hopefully help me in the future. And it's the best feeling ever. And I seriously still recommend going to college. Some people feel like it's a little overrated, or a lot of jobs require it, but it's worth it. Yeah, I've wanted to be an artist pretty much all my life. When I was a kid, I wanted to be a comic book artist. And then I grew older and wanted to be a fashion designer, and I wanted to be a fashion designer for a really long time. And then I was going to go to school for cake decorating. I did some cake decorating before and thought I would want to be like a cake designer or a pastry designer, and my mom talked me out of that. Um, I've always painted, so mural painting is something actually quite new to me. I didn't start mural painting until about a few months ago, and I've loved it, and I'm planning on still continuing. And with graphic design, I've always loved like typefaces and fonts and different ways to design posters and all kinds of designs. And I'm excited to learn more, and I'm going into package design here real soon. And I'm super excited for package design. Something about it just makes me so excited. So, yeah, I've always actually wanted to be an artist for forever. So, painting murals is kind of its own beast. It depends on if you're using a fresh wall or a painted wall. This one's a painted wall that I'm working on right now. It's at home. Um, I use acrylics. It's hard to blend because the way the wall works, it's a different texture. And if you mess up, you might have to um, paint over it, or in my case, I just work at it until it works, and then I clean up with the wall paint, the original wall paint. So uh, it's very technical. Um, it's hard to blend. You just have to work at it until you get what you want. But if you're working on like a large mural painting, like for a company, I would highly recommend getting like a scissor lift instead of ladders. They are a lot easier. They're kind of hard to learn, but you get used to it. And the last company that I've worked for has rented one, or they had one at the time, and it was very awesome to use. So I would highly recommend using that. But it's definitely a process. It's its own beast for sure. It's actually quite a funny question. I've never really put much thought into that. The adventures of a goofy artist or a goofy girl or something to that extent. I'm a very different person to be around. A lot of friends and family find me kind of quirky. Maybe the adventures of a quirky girl. I crack jokes. I love to make people laugh. I love to make people smile. Like, I'm all about happiness, and I'm a very optimistic person. I'm very pessimistic with myself, but I just love to make people smile. Like, it's just something I love to do, and so I guess The Adventures of a Goofy and Quirky Girl, or something like that. I had to prepare myself for that question, so I had to think about it for a second. Semi-realistic, fun, and interesting. Yeah, I'm my worst critique, so I would be like, it's good, it's cool, it's great. I don't know. But yeah, probably those three. I'm sure a lot of people think Bob Ross. That would be cool. Bob Ross is way cool. I love his enthusiasm and his positiveness and his happy little trees and happy little clouds. But not just Bob Ross. Alphonse Mucha. He was pretty awesome. If you've never heard of him, you should look him up. His work is amazing. I didn't know about him until I went to college, and so it's always been Bob Ross. I've always watched him when I was a kid, but college brought the attention to Alphonse Mucha. Way cool designer. So, probably one of those. So I actually have 6 accounts, so good luck in looking at all of them, or one. Best one to reach me or to look at most recent would be my Instagram, which is at shauntel.artdesigner. Next two would be, and I say two because there's two, my personal and my business, through Facebook, called Shauntel Campbell. Another one would be my college one. It's a portfolio one called Shauntel-eportfolio.weebly.com. Another one is artismylove.weebly.com. That one's an old one. So you'll see old art. And I have a Patreon account called Art and Design by Shauntel, but I'm working on it, so be patient with that one. But the last one would be shauntelcampbell.biz. It's a website I've designed on my own, and it's still, it looks better on the computer than it does on your phone, so have fun with that one. One thing I struggle with, and I know a lot of artists do, is mental health. A lot of artists I feel struggle with depression and anxiety, and you need to seek help. It's something that you really need to do because times can get tough, and especially if you're working on an art project and you're getting artist block or figuring out things, it can get pretty bad, especially if it involves that being your job. But yeah, mental health, focus on yourself, be good with yourself. And another thing is practice. Practice, practice, practice. I've been doing art since I was 2, apparently, and here I am at 35. And I haven't gotten noticed more than now than ever. In 35 years, it's taken a long time, so practice really does make perfect. So work on mental health and practice a lot.